They call us the millennials, and by us, I mean all of you in this classroom and the rest of our generation. The label millennials encompasses many denotative and connotative meanings, some not a compliment, such as lazy, ignorant, inappreciative free riders who expect Surrey to solve all the problems that mommy and daddy can't. Harsh, you've just been stereotyped. Walter Fleming says stereotyping is just a poor substitute for getting to know people on a more intimate level. The millennials are helping eliminate this problem by breaking down social barriers. We found efficient ways to relabel others by using our voice to speak up and our resources to reach out. Via technology, we identify with people across the globe. We have endless access to information about anyone and anything we wish to learn about. Being on the internet is like being in your own little world, but interacting with millions of new people at the same time. Some critique our strategy to Google it, or Instagram her, or tweet him, because it may damage our face-to-face communication skills. I think we were repairing the human nature to stereotype. We use the internet to explore aspects of the lives of others that would not be apparent otherwise. Our social networking sites contribute to the opinion people form of us. It's not all about the first impression anymore, but if that impression is consistent with the image you portray online. Stalking people online is a fairly new concept. It's about investigating and filling in the blank. Let's Instagram stalk me. Okay, definitely a psycho girlfriend, that's terrifying. Weird dog lady, better than cats, but whose dog sits like that? Cheerleader, it's funny these girls think this shit actually matters. Wow, beauty pageant, basic white girl. Is that her freaking kid? Teen mom with purple hair. No way she lives on a farm. Aw, that's actually weird in a cute redneck kind of way. Right there, that attitude change triggered by a few simple photos. We use the phones glued to our hands to learn more about people. Often the people you find yourself investigating are irrelevant to your life. In the process, we discover so much about the cultural makeup of people across the world. We get an inside look into their life, kind of like cyber ethnography. So what does my Instagram say about me? What do you learn? They say your first culture is your family, and I was born and raised in deep East Texas, a place where people don't stray far from their culture. My family in particular happens to be about as country as they come. I'm talking camo-wearing, beer-drinking, mud-hogging, hunting fanatics. If you just sit by me in class, you may not peg me as a small-town girl. My Instagram may tell you something that I don't. The Tooak Farm is in Etoll, Texas on 2,000 acres in the heart of the piney woods. I can't say it without an accent. Life out there is simple. Everything from how you eat to how you sleep is different. How many people do you know who live in a house that runs on a water well? More than anything, our location shapes the culture. I joke and tell people that we are off the grid, but we are. No address, no mailbox. But you can tell when you're getting close because it smells like chickens. You don't pass buildings or houses on the way. You're literally in the middle of nowhere with nothing but nature to entertain you. You learn to be creative because you do not have the option to go grab dinner somewhere or meet up with friends to see a movie. We have $1 General and that's it. No gas station, no nothing. 150 people. Everybody knows everybody. You spend your time and energy maintaining the farm. It's a business. At the end of the day, the hay has to be baled, firewood cut, and chickens fed. 150,000 chickens, 7 horses, 46 elk, whitetail, axis, fallow goats, horned sheep, and 15 dogs. If you don't sell enough elk hunts, some starve. That's just the reality. In addition to the animals, you have to make sure that you grow enough crops and that you can enough to get you through the winter. You can drive to the grocery store, but we plan so it's not necessary. We have always spent a lot of times in the woods. We learn to build fires, camp, drive four-wheelers, shoot guns as soon as we learn to walk. We all know how to hunt for our meat, plant our vegetables, and make a meal out of it. The farm is unlike any other place in the world, but the photos I post give me the opportunity to share it with people who don't get to experience it. The world is moving so fast these days, and on a farm it's like Mayberry. You sit on the front porch swing, drink sweet tea, read books, build fires. It's all about family. If you keep scrolling on my page, you can find posts of me doing all these things. Your initial opinion changes as you look into someone's life. You tear down stereotypes and redirect your thoughts. Pictures help me tell my story. We use social media to stay in touch with the world around us and build new relationships. It shapes our perspective of others because we see thousands of faces a day. The internet exposes us to the diversity of the world. You get proof that the cultural norms where you are not the universal. People constantly defy your expectations and remind you how unique every single person is. I post pictures on my farm with my family so that anyone who runs across my page knows I value my time there. It says a lot about me as a person and opposes inaccurate stereotypes people may have of me at TCU. We all do this on social media. We redirect people's opinions of us by creating a self-image online. It gives us the power to contribute to how people label us. When people learn I live on a ranch, they are usually shocked and say, well, you don't look like that. However, like anyone, I've broken away from some norms and adopted others. There's so much more to me than Ellie Mae. I was a TCU cheerleader and involved in the Miss America organization. I've experienced beyond the toy act. The internet is a place where I can display these experiences. Individuals shouldn't be generalized. We all march to the beat of our own drum. No two people are culturally identical because culture evolves over a lifetime. We can be whoever we want to be and share our uniqueness with the world. Our generation pays attention to what people are sharing and uses that information to make more accurate assumptions. People are too complicated to assume you know everything. Millennials expose so much via social media. Think about how often you are shocked by someone else's post. How often are they shocked by yours? Society sets expectations, but people are not predictable. We're not robots. The internet shows us that things aren't always as they seem. So we don't have the privacy we once did, but what we do have is a mass vessel of communication that helps us comprehend the culture of others. We have access to additional info that justifies why people behave the way they do and the journey that led them to where they are now. The words, pictures, and links people share speak volumes. My wall is a billboard of my culture. I tag new memories on it every day and sometimes remove ones no longer expressive of who I am. It's a new piece of the puzzle. My cultural roots are at the farm, and while new dimensions have been added here at TCU, my culture can always be traced back to that place. We all started somewhere, and knowing where that is a great start to avoiding stereotyping and understanding a person's cultural roots.